Even if the Earth's surface suddenly becomes completely uninhabited, sooner or later, new organisms will populate it again. According to modern concepts, life descends not only into the depths of the oceans, but also into the Earth's crust, going down 5 kilometers or even lower. The volumes of this biomass are colossal. They are estimated at 15 to 23 billion tons, about 15% of the mass of the entire biosphere. And for now, we are only discovering this new, dark side of life. The dark biosphere can number about 10 to the power of 29 live cells. The volume of underground ecosystems reaches 2 to 2.3 billion cubic kilometers, twice as much as the oceans, and it includes representatives of all types of cellular life forms, including some multi-cell organisms. Many of them do not need the sun at all, or really anything that exists outside. They extract everything they need directly from the bowels of the planet. At the surface, life is subject to fast cycles and processes, the ebbs and flows, the daily and annual rotation of the Earth, and so on. The dark biosphere lives on another, geological time scales. Everything here happens much slower. Cells can live for thousands of years, gradually producing and economically spending scarce resources. However, their name is Legion, and they expand our ideas about the boundaries of accessible life not only on Earth, but also beyond. 100 years ago, it seemed that life was concentrated exclusively near the surface, where conditions are comfortable and water and sunlight are abundant. The first signs of the existence of a dark biosphere were noticed by Frank Greer, a microbiologist, who, at the request of geologist Edson Bastin, tried to find out what causes oil pollution with hydrogen sulfide and hydrogen carbonates. At the turn of the 1920s, when Greig and Bastin were working, no one could have thought that at pressures and temperatures existing deep in oil fields, any cells could survive at all. Nevertheless, scientists were able to show that these contaminants are biogenic in nature. Then further research on the dark biosphere stopped for a while. It was too difficult to extract samples from great depths, and working with them is even more so. Extensive studies of such extremophile organisms became possible only with the advent of new modern methods such as DNA sequencing, genetic analysis and mass spectrometry. All this allowed microbiologists to detect life in samples that were extracted by oil workers and geologists. Even if the cells themselves died during extraction, their DNA and some other compounds can still be investigated. For example, they were found in cores raised from the seabed during the ocean drilling program. Since the mid-1980s, participants have drilled about 2,000 wells, and the John Parks team has shown that living cells not only are present, but also thrive, to a depth of at least 500 meters below the ocean surface. Creation of life energy is based on two key processes. Photosynthesis uses sunlight to turn water and carbon dioxide into sugar and oxygen molecules. Then the sugars are oxidized with the same oxygen, releasing energy. At great depths, neither one nor the other is possible. There is no light or oxygen. However, life is capable of making similar transformations without them. Moreover, such alternative reactions appeared much earlier than photosynthesis and respiration, that are widespread today, back when the Earth's surface was much more similar to its present depths conditions. Other compounds may be used to replace oxygen, nitrates and nitrites, iron oxides or hydrogen sulfide. Sugar can be replaced by organic compounds such as methane, or molecular hydrogen, which is released from the Earth's core. Such reactions are quite capable of providing a cell with energy in the absence of light and oxygen. And carbon, which uses this energy for the synthesis of new organic molecules, is in abundance. Almost all of it is accumulated in the depths of the Earth's crust. Communities of deep microbes are also able to form complex ecosystems in which each of the participants performs its part of the necessary transformations, just like plants, animals and fungi coexist in ecosystems on the planet's surface. The inhabitants of the dark biosphere endure tremendous pressures, which, theoretically, should have slowed down or break the course of chemical reactions. They feel great even at thousands of atmospheres and, according to some reports, are able to continue metabolism at pressures up to 10 times higher. In 2009, more than 1,000 scientists from 34 countries joined together in an international project to study the Deep Earth Biosphere, Deep Carbon Observatory or DCO, on a quest to understand the quantities, movements, forms, and origins of carbon in Earth and to investigate how the deep carbon cycle affects our world. After a decade of research, in 2019, DCO published a remarkable report that significantly expands the limits and understanding of life as we know it.